be interesting to be up against, obviously, Ailsa, but looking forward to it all the same.
You're playing for Connacht. How did you end up on that side of the divide?
It was too good to go for trials at Leinster, so I went to Connacht.
Were you over in college in Galway or anything? Or?
Yeah, I was in college in Galway there for 2 years, but no, this year when the trials came up, Colin sent myself and 2 other girls from Tullamore down to the Connacht trials.
Okay. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing rugby for 1 year.
Okay. What made you take it up? When you have a rugby name in Tullamore, is there siblings playing in Tullamore with you?
Yeah, I had an older brother that was very involved in Tullamore Rugby Club as well, all through the years, and my sister started as well this time last year. When Tullamore started up rugby, I suppose it was a big chance for the women's to get the women's rugby big in Tullamore, but sorry. It was a great chance to get the women involved in the club, and the club is a great social club, and it was nice to get the women more involved.
Okay, Ailsa, you're playing for Leinster, and again, you'd have family ties with rugby. How long have you been playing rugby?
I'm only playing the year as well, so once we got the club going, the women's team up and going in Tullamore, that's where we started.
People are probably more familiar with you playing camogie. You were part of the All-Ireland winning team. Was it 2009? 2010, I think?
2010.
Was it 2010? Intermediate was 2010.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I think it was 2010.
I think it was. Yeah. So.
But now, is rugby your first choice sport now? You still play camogie at Tullamore, don't
you? Rugby at the minute is because obviously Interpros are coming up, so I've taken a step back from camogie for the meantime. So.
For you guys, obviously, Interpros are going to be big. This is a great preparation game ahead of them because obviously it's a chance to play fairly full-strength teams, I would imagine.
Yeah, like that. I think they're still trying out a couple of different options. So, yeah, sure. The Interpro start then a week and a half later. So, and we're playing Connacht in the first match there. So,
nice.
It'll be an interesting one.
It is a fairly kind of inspiring time for women's rugby as well, with the team having come back this week from the World Cup, a best ever finish, finishing top 4. There seems to be a real buzz about women's rugby at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. The Irish team have just done outstanding. Like, beating New Zealand is a huge achievement. Like they said, the lads have never done it, so yay. But yeah, absolutely, like it's brilliant. It's like even the numbers up in the club situation at the minute, they're thriving. Like, we're getting huge numbers up, and it's good to see that at least girls are taking an interest in it and not shying away from it.
Well, Colin, yourself and Mike have been working with the team, and you won, was it the Connacht Plate last year? Did you won during the summer?
We won the Connacht Invitational Cup.
Yeah.
With the ladies. Basically, they give out invitations. It's an open kind of event, because there's so small clubs in Connacht. So we were lucky enough that we said we wanted loads of game time because we had so many girls playing. So we entered it, and then we ended up winning it. So
I would imagine it's a big boost going into the season to have a piece of silverware like that.
Yeah, I think it was what the girls deserved at the end of the year, because we trained very hard during the year, and we won a lot of matches during the year, and we did deserve some kind of silverware at the end of it, just to recognise how successful we were in our first year of ever playing rugby. So it gives us that kind of something for everybody else to realise this is what you can achieve very quickly. So it's great when you can kind of put it up on Facebook and social media that we have won things.
Yeah.
So for new players to come and join us, that they understand that we're not just a team just bandied together every week. We're actually a kind of serious enough outfit, you know.
Well, the season's coming up. Have you been recruiting heavily this summer?
Well, like, I wouldn't say recruiting necessarily, but like, you know, like, we have a huge amount of talented girls last year. We have the talent pool around Tullamore is fantastic, between girls playing GAA, girls playing soccer. I don't even think like the girls know themselves how good they are themselves. So we don't have to kind of recruit, but through Facebook, social media, and through the girls themselves, like, they'd bring in other girls that play GAA with them. It's led to, you know, this year we have 6-7 new girls that have started training, and have, you know, they fit in very quickly into the squad. They realise, you know, it's important. Training is tough, and training is challenging, training is fun, but, you know, there's the social side of rugby as well, so they kind of understand that side of it, which is very important.
I think Eden Derry told us last year they were actually making more money on the bar from the women's team than they were from the men's team, which is pretty believable, I would say.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you have any targets in mind for the coming season?
Yeah, we're in Leinster League Division 2 this year, and it's an eight team league, and our target is to win that league, and we fully believe that we'll be able to do it. Last year we only played one warm-up match before going into the league, and then we lost our first 2 matches, and that kind of halted our season, I suppose, at the very start. But after that we won so many that it's a real target for us, and it's achievable. Like, it's not just some airy-fairy, well, we want to win the league kind of thing. It's definitely achievable. The girls are good enough to do it, so.
The key is probably to try and carry on the form from the tail end of last season into the start of this one.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And like, training has been great so far. Plenty of girls up. Like, we've got 20 up to 25 girls every Wednesday, every Friday. So if we just keep on doing that, a lot of other teams are only coming back pre-season training this week or next week. So we've got the jump on them already. So.
But Sheila, how important is women's rugby becoming in the club? I know it's a year since you've had the team running, but obviously this is on the grow now at the moment.
Absolutely, you can see the difference coming up to support in other matches. But as Colin said, they're not. The people now know they're not here just to like take part. They have their serious ambitions, and they are going to do well this year. I think, as Ailsa said, the success of the women's team this year has sparked a huge interest around the club. People are asking, they're contacting male members, myself, going details for training. Can anyone play? Can we just turn up? So there is a real interest in the club, and they've brought a huge amount. As Colin said, the social side is very important, and the male and the women's team mixing well, too well, some might say. But, it has brought the club from strength to strength. Like, this year we have, for the first time ever in Tullamore Rugby Club, we have a female president, Susan Bagnall. So that's another first for the club. So it just shows you, we're not just there to stand on the sidelines to support women. We're taking a full part in the rugby club from now on.
Well, you have a team obviously playing now All-Ireland League at men's level. Women's All-Ireland League isn't probably that far away. It's in terms of just getting everything, all the structures in place, really. Would you hope that someday maybe you could get to that level?
Absolutely. I mean, looking at our near neighbours, Eden Derry, how well they've done over the last few years. I mean, for Tullamore to win the Connacht Invitational Cup in their first year, as Colin said, and the slow start to the league held them back. This year they're hitting the ground running, so league titles, it's well within their grasp.
What does it mean for the club as well to have players on not just one provincial representative side, but 2 as it works out?
It's a fantastic achievement for the girls and for the club. For anyone playing their first year of sport to reach a senior level, it's a huge achievement. It really shows the amount of work and dedication. I know from the girls it's a huge commitment time-wise with work and other sports. It's very hard to do it all. But focusing on rugby, the girls both have a huge future ahead of them.
For those who are thinking of going down next Wednesday night to watch the match, it's a 8 p.m. kick-off, I think, at Swanston under lights. How much is it going to cost to get in, and what's the plan for the night?
It's actually free in, and we're hoping that a good crowd is going to come up. The bar will be open. It'll be the first chance for everyone to get together and catch up over the summer, see what's ahead for the new season. So I hope everyone does show up now. We have been starting promoting it on Facebook and on Twitter, trying to get people involved. And Midland Sport are always very good at retweeting everything and getting the numbers up. So we hope that people will turn up. It's a chance to see players fresh back from the World Cup as well, the likes of Fiona Coughlin and other Leinster players. I'm not familiar with the Connacht side, but I'm sure Jill will be. So we're hoping that the crowds come up and give them the support they deserve. Yeah,
because Jill, obviously Connacht have a few international players now at the moment as well, and Ailsa Miller is one of them. I don't know if she's going to be back and involved with the Interpros, but there's some very good players in Connacht there.
Yeah, Ailsa Miller and Claire Malloy were 2 girls that were very prominent in the World Cup. I'm actually not exactly sure if they're going to be back playing with us for the Interpros, but I know they'll be there and supporting us all the way regardless.
They usually sneak in a game at some point, you wonder if they can. In terms of the club then, Sheila, I suppose looking into the new season, you've had a good summer, you've had a couple of sevens tournaments during the summer as well. It seems the rugby doesn't finish in the summer until the morning anymore.
No, the off time is getting less and less. Last year, the step up to AIL, the training was harder, it was busier. We were finished that a little bit earlier, but we had the sevens tournament last month, the Midland Midnight Sevens, and it was a huge success. We had over 30 teams from around the country, great numbers. This definitely was a social highlight of this season so far. Took a bit of recovery time required from that. But it was a high standard of rugby at that, and it brought people from all around the town who had no interest even in rugby. They come up and saw what it was all about, and they thought, God, this is really good, we might like to give this a go. Even the ladies tournament in it, the standard was excellent.
Colin, obviously to build on the underage as well within the club, what's happening from that point of view? I saw a tweet about underage training getting back underway again.
Yeah, I think we're looking at the first week in September. We're not exactly sure on the day yet. I suppose for anybody who's interested, just follow Tullamore Ladies Rugby on Facebook, or Google it and you'll find it, and there'll be constant updates on there. But yeah, like we had an under 15s and under 18 team last year, a lot of good talented girls in there, again from all variety of backgrounds. So you know, it's getting more girls up take part in rugby, and you know, over time, as you said about going up to AIL standard in women's rugby, those under 18s, those under 15s will feed into the senior team over time, and like we're fairly confident that we'll be an AIL club in women's rugby fairly soon. Yeah.
It's probably a good time as well, as we said about the Women's World Cup and everything, to try and get people in now as well, because I'm sure there are girls who are maybe watching rugby on the TV for the first time this summer and might get interested in it.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, undoubtedly there's probably girls, you know, listening to this right now and thinking, I might give rugby a try, you know, and to them it's just simply a case of just come up and just give it a try. I mean, that's what 60 girls did last August, and 9 months later, 8 months later, we did Connacht Invitational Cup. We've got 2 girls playing representative rugby, you know, so, you know, just come up, give it a try. If you like it, you like it, and you'll stay. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Simple
It's amazing how quickly it can happen for people as well, because I remember Neil Kavanagh was working in Hugh Lynch's at one point, went to play sevens, had never really played rugby before, went back to college, played a bit. She was playing for Ireland 13 months later.
Yeah. That's what can happen, and Neve's been a great ambassador for us as well, to be fair to her. Like, she would have come up to training and helped us with training and given kind of, because obviously the girls would get sick of listening to me or Mike Tomey's voice, so it's always good when Neve comes up and they're like, oh, this actually makes sense. But she's been great for us as well, just to give us a bit of backing as well. So
yeah, I suppose to round off then, like I'll ask Ailsa and Jill this, in terms of when you took up rugby, like I don't know, was there, I suppose you would have been involved probably with rugby within the club and at home and so on as well. Did you have any kind of second thoughts about getting involved in rugby? Because some girls might think, I don't really want to go out there and get hurt, I don't really want to play such a physical sport.
Yeah, I think there's always a stereotype kind of when it comes to rugby that you have to be big and butch as such, like, but like I think me and Jill are a fair cry from that now, but
I don't think that's a case. Like, obviously the stereotype is true that you'd have to be like that, but when you come down to train and you give it a try, you realise it's not as physical. There's training there to make you, I suppose, kind of not better as such, but more used to it. And after, you're sore for the first few matches, but after that you don't feel it at all.
It's just about getting conditioned for it.
It's just about getting conditioned for it. Yeah.
Because I often wonder like whether that's a concern for people, because maybe they played sports that weren't as contact, like say they played soccer in school or something like that. You think, hey, rugby is that a little bit more difficult, maybe if there wasn't a background in it?
We've got good coaches though that help us out there and train us in.
Like, I think like that was the same at the start of last year in August, that we had 60 girls who never tackled anybody before. You know, even the GA girls wouldn't be used to the kind of technical aspect of tackling a girl. And for us as coaches, it's quite simple that when we train new girls, and the new girls that came up this year, when we train them to tackle, it's like training a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old to tackle. It's all, you know, you start working from your knees, you tackle somebody from your knees, and then you work it up and work it up. Like, any girl that comes up to training for the first time will not be thrown into a situation where they have to go out and tackle somebody, because somebody will get hurt. So we take care to ensure that everybody knows the technical aspects of it, so that nobody does get hurt.
How quick is the uptake in terms of picking up skills, Colin?
I suppose it depends on the girl. Like, we have GA girls there who, you know, they would have the hand-eye coordination. So, you know, if you ask them to pass a rugby ball, they can do it very quickly, and then they progress on to throwing spin pass and that kind of thing. With the tackling and rucking and the kind of physical aspect of it, we give them all the technical side of things at the very start, and then that's down to the girls' individual attitudes, how well they adapt to it in a match and in training, you know, because we can teach them all the technical side of tackling, but, you know, if you're going in with the thought of, oh, I might get hurt, you more than likely could get hurt.
Yeah, because the RFU are very keen on this transferable skills idea as well. Like Nora Stapleton playing 10 for Ireland now. I remember when she played ladies football primarily. Even Ailsa Miller, we talked about earlier, was a runner in ladies footballer before she played rugby. But skills are obviously very transferable there.
Almost definitely, and a lot of the games, like during our pre-season training isn't running around a pitch and doing laps and doing sprints and doing laps. All of our pre-season training involves rugby balls, games that do test your fitness, but they're fun games. They're like playground games, like you play in school, and like every game that we play has an element of GA in it, kicking, passing. It's not all just showing up and playing rugby, you know. So
see, that's why those two keep coming back to training, because you don't run them around the spots.
That's the idea. Well, it seems to work so far, but we'll try and keep
plus
it.
Some of the big hill has gone in Sponstown as well. I remember people used to have to run up that hill, which is pretty mean.
I've done it plenty of times, under 12s, under 14s, the hill every Tuesday night.
And did you no harm whatsoever? Okay, well, if people want to go along, the game is on next Wednesday, 8 p.m. at Sponstown, and good luck to the two girls on the field as well.